This live self-defense training video, you're going to be working with your Kubaton self-defense keychain. I carry one with my keys, as you can see right here. A lot of people like to use it this way and slash with it. I'm going to show you how to strike with it. You can leave it on your keys. I like to take it off when I train, just so I don't mess up my keys and mess up the bags. But I want to show you some basic things that you're going to do. The very first thing that I want you to think about is squeezing the Kubaton as hard as you can with a little bit of Kubaton coming out of the front and a little bit of Kubaton coming out of the back. That is going to support your fist, and it's going to be like a weight in your hand as you smash his face right into his jaw, his nose, his eyes, his temple for self-defense. So the first way that you use that Kubaton is just as a weight in your hand, smashing, making a harder fist. There's no collapse in there. You're gonna hit with so much more power than you would just with your regular hand. You have this in here, just a straight punch right to the soft tissue of his face, his nose, his teeth, his mouth. Smashing here this way, very basic way. You can do it with either hand. You can put one in each hand if you want. You can even have the keys on the end. Not only is it gonna hit him hard, you're probably gonna scratch him a little bit, cut him up. So that's the first way. The second way is coming in with this hard part coming out of the bottom. Now this is an aluminum Kubaton. I put in the description below a link to a place where you can get your own Kubaton. They're extremely reasonably priced. It's a good value. It's not very much for what you get. But you bring this on the end. This comes down. Think about sticking it in his eyes. You'll poke his eye out for self-defense. Smash his nose, smash his teeth, stick it right here in the top of his chest. That could be a fatal strike for self-defense. Stick it into the nerves on the top of that chest. Stick it into that little area of the clavicle where everything comes together. That's very effective in self-defense. You're gonna disable his arm, make it hard for him to use that arm. Stick it right into that shoulder. Stick it into his stomach as you come down. Maybe you're sitting in a chair and you're striking into his groin. With this hammer strike right here, just coming straight down, straight in, you can bring it from across the body, almost a back fisting or a reverse hammer motion, striking in. If we say this is the threat, it's just as simple as that. The more you turn your shoulders and hips, and I'm trying not to stick a hole in my bag, the more you turn your shoulders and hips, the more power you're gonna have as you do that strike. It's a very effective way to generate maximum striking force in this hard little tip of aluminum. This is just a solid piece of aluminum, and it's very hard. It's not super heavy, but when you put it in your hand, your whole body is striking. You're gonna concentrate all the force of your body. It becomes a force multiplier. It goes into his temple, his mandibular joint right there in the jaw. Maybe stick it in his neck, stick it in his arm, stick it in the upper arm. Go for the joints, stick it through his ribs. If you might be seated, he might be bigger. You're turning and you're smashing. So you come down on top, you can come at an angle, come this way. The next way is just with a thrusting motion. I can use this side, bring it straight into his stomach, try to put him on the ground, hit between the private parts, the belly button and the private parts, right into that thin fascia of muscle, thin sheet of muscle that holds his guts in. You can stick somebody on the ground there, stick it right here into his solar plexus, bring it up under the chin into the neck. Again, that can be a fatal strike. Coming straight in this way, sticking it into the bottom of his jaw, lifting his whole head back. Smash the nose in his face, stick it in his eye again. You'll put his eye out for self-defense. So those are basic ways. A punch, a swing, oh, we didn't do the swinging motion, a reverse hand, and a thrusting motion. Now I want you to swing. This is the fourth strike with the Kubaton self-defense keychain. Kubaton is based on the pocket stick or the Yawara, but swinging this part, again, you're concentrating the whole force of your strike, your whole body. Again, upper body, using the core muscles in the body to turn through the shoulders and hips, bringing it into his ribs, stick it up under his arm. I don't know if you've ever been hit up there, but it's really tender. I have. Stick it to his neck, stick it to that temple, stick it into the side of his jaw. You can put him on the ground very quickly. You can combine your strikes. You can punch in straight, smash down on top, swing it in this way, and then finish him off with a thrusting motion coming right into his face for self-defense. That's just carrying it this way. You can also slide your hand down, and again, like we started, threw the keys on the ground somewhere, put the keys back on it, and you use it as a slashing weapon. So it's a very effective, simple tool if you keep it simple. Stick this anywhere you can find nerves. In the face and the head are full of nerves. The neck's full of nerves. The top of the chest is full of nerves. The arms, everything's full of nerves. And so the idea is you would push into it and then down, and then wherever you want this to go, this is where you go. If you need a Kubaton, check the link below. I think they're like $8 to $10. They're really inexpensive. I'm not exactly sure what that one is. And if you can't find one from that link and you can't find one where you are, think about making your own. It's really just a stick, drill a hole in it, and feed in a key ring, and then you've got it. The old ones were always wood, and then my old one that I had was like a hard plastic made by Monadnock. It came with my PR24 side handle baton. And then now I have a whole bunch of these aluminum ones. They're a little bit noisier, but I don't mind the noise too much because I like the weight of it a little bit better, and I like how extremely hard it is. The old plastic ones are hard too. Wood, but if you don't have a choice, you have to make your own. Make one out of wood. They work just as well. The idea is just having something in your hand to smash with, reverse strike, hammer strike, swinging strike, and thrust.